Okay, let me tell you that this is not as easy as it seems. Because number one, the phone doesn't want to stay where it's supposed to. Does not. I am going to have to turn on the light pad. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm going to have to. And to get this phone to stay. 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 Okay. And I'm recording. I'm going to have to leave my dishwasher on because if I turn it off, I'm going to forget I turned it off. And then I'll forget all about it. And then I'll empty the dishwasher and not realize that I've just emptied 30 dishes. Done that twice now. Not pleasant. And then it's like, oh, dadgummit. It's like, ugh. Well, I finally have got one tumbler done. It's got some weird things along the rim, but I am leaving it. I was told to leave it. I was told just, it's your first one. There's going to be boo-boos. Just leave the boo-boos. Oh, by the way, this is Cindy, Lovin' Sparkles. I'm sorry, I always forget to say that. I always forget to introduce myself. So this is Cindy, Lovin' Sparkles. This is a whip and chat on Psyche's Dream by Josephine Wall. I don't even know if you can get this one anymore. You might try. I don't even know who sells them anymore. I got this one from Uniquely Yours Down Under. There's a German company, and I don't even know their name anymore. And I heard Diamond Art Painting, but I think they went out of business just recently. So I don't even know where you could get Josephine Walls. I've had this one put back forever, and I just finished my Diamond Art. You might look on Heaven and Earth and see if they have it, Heaven and Earth Designs, and see if they have it and do it as a conversion. But I would suggest doing it as a mini, not a max. A mini will give you a 60 by 90 or 60 by 80 with 90 colors. I did mine with like 120 by 160 with 240 colors or 249 colors. Some crazy astronomical amount, and I wouldn't recommend that. It took a whole bedroom wall, and I only had one wall I could use. And my friend's over doing, in fact, remember I was saying I had to buy a gallon of paint, and he said, well, it's a good thing. We can use it for your frames. And so he found some trim pieces, brought them over the other day, measured them, and we're using the extra paint, black paint, to paint the trim pieces. So he's been over cutting them when my brother's not bugging him to do stuff to make the frame for her. So, and I took Melody in Pink because of my god-awful framing ability, and took it to Hobby Lobby the other day and had it dry mounted. And she's dry mounted, so I just need the ES6000, the little saw hooked thing, and put her back up on a wall. She's going back up on a different wall. And then when I finish this one, I'm going to do Dragon Dancers, and Dragon Dancers will go up where it was. Because all my upper walls are going to be painted in the lavender, because that's where all my Josephine walls are going to go. And they're all very colorful and, and fantasy. And then the bottom part of my, because all my walls are like those half walls or 3/4 wall, where it's like a chain, not chain wall, but what do you call those? I can't even think of it right now. Where it's got that split in the wall. And so I'm doing the bottom part with black and the top part with lavender. And I put the two parts together at the store the other day, and oh my God, it's going to be beautiful. The contrast is just absolutely beautiful. And if you hear that little hum in the background, that's my mug on the spinner right now. Because I found my translucent mini glitter, and I put just a tad of that in my final glitter or resin, and I put that over the top, and so I'll have a touch of that, and I'm gonna let it run for about 4 hours just so it starts to get tacky, and then I'm gonna do like a 10 ml batch and just put that over the top, and just put that over the top to seal it in, and then let it run for 24. Found you have to let that shit run for 24 hours, because if you don't, that's why his was on there for another 24, because I put a float coat on. Float coat is that real thick glass coat. It was his last coat. And I thought, oh, well, it's done. I'll just take it off and let it sit. Oh, don't do that. I found out, oh, don't do that. I got up, because I took it off at the 12-hour mark. I could say, oh, I can take it off and not let it spin no more. It looked like the tide come in all the way down his thing. Literally, it had sit there all night, and literally it looked like the tide. It looked like the tide coming out. It looked like the freaking ocean. And then he finally come over to measure that, and he was like, oh, you could have just put it back on the spinner and it would have leveled out. I said, well, by then it had hardened and cured. It was hard as a rock. He said, oh. I said, so I had to sand that stuff down, which was like horrible. And because by then it totally cured, and redo it. He said, oh my Lord. I said, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I said, had sit there and looked like the cup melted. Literally looked like the cup had melted. So lesson learned, you leave that spinner on for the whole 24 hours until that thing is totally cured. Otherwise, that thing will just look like it melted down the cup. I was so mad. I was so mad because it was beautiful. It looked just like solid glass. Like solid glass. Except for it looked like the glass had melted down his cup. Literally. Looked like the glass had melted down his cup. I wonder, let me see something. I'm going to pull this up and put it on 3. Put it on 3. I wonder if I can put it on 2. I wonder if I can put this. I wonder if it'll give me hail. I don't know when this stopped. It stopped at 8 minutes. This stupid thing. So here we go. You missed a bunch. Sorry. I've been just yapping away. Didn't notice that it stopped. Had no clue when it stopped. I guess y'all missed my Lost. I was talking about, I've been watching Lost. And I watched Lost before. And I'm only in the 3rd season. And in the 3rd season is when they flat told them that they were dead. And that Locke's dad told them, y'all are dead. You're not dead? This is hell. Y'all are in hell. Do you not realize this is hell? As hot as this place is, as horrible as this place is, this has got to be hell. So, yeah. I mean, I watched that whole show and did not realize that. Did not realize that. I mean, did not realize that at all. course, I was working, so I was only catching, every other one. Never saw the whole thing, weekly. So, I mean, it's like, I was like in shock. So, just so it's on, and I'm watching it off of Freevee, but I did not realize that Freevee and Amazon are basically the same thing. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch whatever's on Freevee on Amazon. So The Originals is on Amazon. Lost is on Amazon. So Freevee and Amazon are basically the same thing. So if you got Amazon, whatever you're watching on Freevee is on Amazon. So there you go. I was freaking out thinking, oh my God, because I saw the thing of saying, oh, they're taking Freevee off and yada, yada, yada. And I was freaking out going, oh my God, no. Amazon and Freevee are the same. So I have Amazon. So I'm not going to lose out. I was freaking out. Oh, and if you're watching Shadowhunters on Freeform was broke a couple weeks ago. They got it fixed. That's how we ended up over on watching The Originals, was because Freeform went down. And then I was talking about, how I finally got his cup done. And on the top, it's got a little bit of weird stuff along the rim. But you know what? He just told me, he's like, whatever is left on it that's weird, just leave it. Just leave it. It's your first one. It's good. For your first one, that is freaking awesome. So that is going to be it. Mine, what I just did is I put a little bit of translucent glitter, really pretty translucent glitter, in my resin to give it a little bit of, just a little translucent zhing. And then I'm going to let it run for about 4 hours. And then we'll get this butterfly done for y'all. And I was working away on it, and then poof, I just looked up and it still said 8 minutes. And I was like, what the heck? And realized that it had quit. So I had done like 2 colors, so I'm sorry guys, without y'all getting to see them. Because it had just quit. And you're actually getting to see that, yes, there is some color blocking in J-Wall, which not very often happens. But this is a color blocking, well, some. I mean, I may actually do a little bit of, 3 and 4. Three and 4, color block. Because it doesn't happen very often. Not very often. Sometimes you can get a little bit of 4, maybe a 5. But very seldom can you get, this much of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized I haven't been talking. I was in my head. I was in my little head. I'm sorry. I was in my little head space. I was just in my little head space. You know, you can do that. You get in here and you start dropping these drills and you get in your little head space. Get in your little head space. And that's what you do in here. You just get in here and you just start dropping drills and you get in your little head space. And you work through your issues. That's what I did a lot. Once I figure out the tumblers, the next thing I'm going to start working on is how to figure out the silhouette. Figure out the silhouette, and then I'm going to start working on paying down credit cards. Get them little suckers paid down and paid off, and work on getting debt paid down and paid off. Gotta figure that out. Get that done. That's a pain in the butt. Be on a pretty good no-buy for a while, but you know, got plenty of diamond paintings. I don't need any more. I need to work on what I got. I might set up a booth on one of the I don't know what you call them, but the stores where people go in and look around and, you know, set them up for a decent price where at least I'll get some money back. You know, maybe see if I can get them on a stretched canvas and get them on those and at least get some use out of them. Just not purchased anymore for mine. And what I've had up on the wall forever, you know, go ahead and put those in those places. And I've had my use of them on my walls, and, you know, go ahead and let someone else have them on theirs. Rotate them out. Rotate them puppies out. I mean, there's some I'll keep, you know, and just keep because I like them that much. And other ones, I'll go ahead and rotate them out. Just called rotate out. Unlike my friend who's like, just get rid of them because, you know, you only got so much wall space. Don't you just love people like that? It's like, ugh, gosh. Now, I did go to Goodwill the other day and got rid of a bunch of stuff. Just drove up and said, here, take this. And this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And this, and they were like, really? And I was like, yes, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Just emptied out the whole back of my car. And then I'll probably, in a couple weeks, empty out more. It's just like cleaning house. Like cleaning house. Knickknacks that I don't, you know, want anymore. And just cleaning house. It's cleaning house, clean house. Clean house. It's like the show Clean House. I used to love watching that show. It's like, oh my gosh, It's so nice though. It's like my grandson's bathroom is so nice now. If they get it nasty again, I'm gonna beat them to an inch of their life, because he has got it so nice in there. And I went in there and cleaned up the bottom of that toilet, which was disgusting, guys. It was disgusting. And I told him, I said, I cleaned the bottom of that toilet. And he says, I've done many toilets, because, he's a certified plumber. He said, but that had to have been the worst. He said, I have never, ever, ever. I said, oh, yeah, they killed it. They killed it. And I just did not even want to go in there. He said, oh, my God, that was bad. I said, I know. And I'm ashamed. But it was just like, I know. And I'd go in there and I'd clean it, and then like in 2 days they would have it decimated. And I said, I don't know what they did. It's like, what'd you guys go do? Go pee behind it? I said, why don't y'all go pee outside? It's like, really? He said, I've tell them to go pee outside. I've tell them that, until they could learn to pee in the toilet, I'd make them pee outside. He said, I'd tell them that they could only pee outside. He said, that was ridiculous. I said, I know. He said, I have never. I said, well, I went and got the glove. I went and hunted up my gloves. And I went and hunted up my Clorox spray. And I Cloroxed the crap out of that thing. The only thing I didn't have was a wire brush. He said, that's one of the few toilets I've ever had to lay across. He said, I was tempted to tell you, let's just go buy a new toilet. He said, that was awful. And I said, I know. I said, and that thing on the back, I can't. I don't know. I said, now that thing, I don't know. And I can't get to the screws. I said, them boys are horrible. And the bathrooms at their house are just as bad. That's why I always tell the adults to go to my bathroom. Because my bathroom is a civilized bathroom. That bathroom is, oh my Lord. It's like, I don't know what boys do to bathrooms. I really don't. It's like, what do boys do to bathrooms? Are the boys' bathrooms like that everywhere? I mean, I always heard boys' bathrooms everywhere are like that. I mean, are they like that at schools too? I mean, I've always heard they're just... I remember once I was camping with my stepsons, and they went out and peed on the tent. I mean, it's like, are boys just that way? I mean, these little boys just went out and they peed on the tent. They were out there just laughing and peeing on the tent. And I'm like, just like, really? Really, you have to pee on the tent? You have the trees, you have the woods, and you have to pee on the tent. Are y'all getting ready for, well, actually, I guess you can't be getting ready, because you have to be in this state for the solar eclipse. But the solar eclipse, I mean, I'm like right in the line for it. I mean, my house is like right in the line. So it's like I can go out in my yard. Need to buy some eclipse glasses. But yeah, it's like right in the line. And like there's going to be like 1.3 million people here. And NASA's going to be here in the city right next to us. And like, yeah, it's going to be crazy. Crazy, crazy. They're telling us just like get our food, get our gas, have extra cash. Because there's going to be so many people that it's going to be crazy. They're pretty much telling you to stay put. You know, don't be out and about. Because there's going to be accidents and hotel fees is going to be raised. And everything's going to be raised and people are going to be gouging and, you know, be aware. And, yeah. I know there's a festival that weekend and they're charging $45 to park at the park and $100 to get into the park to be at the festival. Can you believe that? $100 to park at the park, and then $100 or $45 to park at the park, and $100 to be in the park, to be at the festival. And then they're having hot air balloon rides, and Lord, how much knows how much they're gonna be. I mean, that is insane. I mean, and Lord help you if you want to do anything at the festival. You better have you some serious cash, because that's going to be like a $200 or $300 weekend. And then like the hotels are jacking their prices up. It's like, it's insane. I mean, they're charging people just to park on the side of the road. Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, it's just going to be crazy. Cray, cray. I'm glad I live out in the middle of nowhere. I can just go out in my yard and watch it get dark. And I can stay in my house and watch it get dark. Hey, yay. It's going to be dark for a minute or two. And then it'll be daylight again. Yay. Saw it. It was good. Yay. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I mean, that is insane. And like, Motel 8's, they're saying it's going to be like $800 for a Motel 8 room. It's like, they're saying some of the higher up hotel fees are going to be like in the thousands. I mean, tell me that's not gouging. It's like crazy. Oh, no little airplane. Another little airplane. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's kind of gouging. Making sure I'm still on. Oops, sorry. Must have drifted down because I was doing so good not hitting it for a while there. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I mean, that is insane. So yeah, I'm just kind of gonna be like on a no buy. Sorry. I'll be making tumblers. If you want a customized one, let me know what you want. Colors. Send me whatever pictures you want on it. I'll make a water slide of it. I'm getting it down. Kind of getting it down. Kind of getting the jive of it. So, you know, let me know. Getting the hang of it. So you send me the, you know, pictures on my messenger and the colors you want and stuff like that. What kind of glitter you're wanting. You know, whether you want thick and chunky, whether you want thin, translucent, whatever. We'll kind of get it down, and then I'll get it made, and then you pay the shipping costs, and I will get it to you. And I do the 20-ounce tumblers. And if you want something different, pay the different, pay for it. Tell me where you want it from, send me the money for it so I can order it. I am sorry guys, I am out of moolah, so I would have to have the money, and I will get it made for you because I'm getting the hang of it and it's kind of fun. And I am not going to rip you off. I'm not going to make no exuberant ones. Just pretty ones. Make them more than pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. There we go. Almost got the butterfly done. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, found more airplanes. Found more airplanes. What in the world is that? That looks like a little mushroom, but I know it ain't a mushroom. Oh, I know what it is now. Okay. I was like, what the heck is that? Alright. It is 54. 54 is what it is. It's this little thing right here. Oops. I hit it again. Keep hitting things. There's only one of them, so I put it in there. And all of this is in there. So those are done. G. And I'm almost done. I'm just putting in some 8s and then some A's and some equal signs, and I think he will be done. Or she will be done, whatever. You know, I've been quiet off and on. It just happens. You kind of get in your head. You get in the zone. That's why it's hard to whip and chat. You just kind of happens. Just kind of happens, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry. It just happens. Here's my A's. And then later I'll come back and then fill in around her. And then I'm just gonna kind of slide it over. Do the other half of the top. Which will be all the lavenders and all the purples. This has been all the reds and all the oranges. This has been all the reds, all the oranges. Oh, and I missed an 8. And that always happens, guys, so don't feel bad. No matter how long you've been diamond painting, you always will do a whole little area, think you're done, put your color away, start on a new color, and right there, bam. So you'll have to go back and get your little color. Open it up, pull out one little drill. I just pour it in my cap. I don't pull it in the tray. Just pour it in my cap. Get that one little drill. One little drill. One little drill. One little drill and just kind of go whoop. But I'm just kind of get this area done. I'm not going to do the whole thing, all the A's, but just kind of get this area like right around in here so the butterfly part is done. That way I can shut down the whip and chat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one small like 10 mil coat over my cup to seal all that little stuff in that I put on as my finishing layer. And then I'm going to go drop off and deliver his cup. Of course, it's just right across the road. All I got to do is just put on some shoes and walk across the road. Well, I actually got to check and see if my brother hadn't hauled him off to go do something again. You never know, because, you know, my brother's been hauling them off everywhere. Okay. And then I'm just going to find purple and equals. And that's just an arrow up, which is 24. I'm going to put it this way. arrow up, which is 24 right there. All right. I watched on what was it, Prime? I think it was Prime. It's called On a Wing and a Prayer, and it's a true story. Watched it last night. Guys, that is a pretty good show. It is a true story. Happened in 2009. Had Dennis Quaid in it and Heather Graham. And it was a true story. It happened. And I'm telling you, I would died. And it was where their pilot died in flight. And the father had like one of those discovery flights, you know, where you get to go up and do a couple hours of, here, see if you want to learn how to fly kind of thing. And, you know, he damn near crashed the plane, you know, and so he'd had just a couple hours of touching, like, the controls with the pilot, like, touching the controls with them kind of thing. And no one, you know, when he called for help, luckily the pilot had told him how to, you know, use the radio kind of thing. And I'm telling you guys, so he knew how to call for help, and he's like, help me, please help me. And nobody, I think there was one person at the first airport, and that lady was like, they're gonna die, you know, covering the mic going, they're gonna die, literally. That's what she's saying. They're just gonna die. And when they handed him off to the other air traffic controller, the guy literally, he did something illegal. He went and called a friend who had experience in that plane. And you're not supposed to have a cell phone in the tower, you know. And he went and called a friend. They're like, get that phone out of here, that's illegal. He's like, look, he may be their only cell, you know, their only chance. And the guy finally's like, here, put me next to the controller that's taking care of him. And that controller was like, here, sit next to me. And so that guy sat there and literally said, put him next to me, you know. And they were like on speaker, and whatever he was telling them, he was telling the other guy. And literally they talked him down. And then they lost service. And the guy that was helping him, the girlfriend was like, what did you tell me how to get? And so they got the pilot's phone number through some service that registers them, and called his phone, and the daughter picked it up and said, here, Mom. And the mom was like, I'm not going to take that. That's not a good time. She said, no, Mom, you need to take this. And so literally used the pilot's phone and gave it to the parents. And literally, there's the butterfly. Gave it to the mom, and mom, you know, gave it to the dad. And the guy, you know, talked to him. They got him to the airport, and then the crosswinds blew him off the runway. And so they talked to him through getting, you know, how to fly around, come back down. And he flew through a storm, and he was like, I'm not going to make it. And the guy was like, yes, you are. Do exactly what I say. Got him back around. Well, this is when they got him to the phone. The guy was crying. He's like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. And the guy called him and he was like, you got to do exactly what I say. Exactly. And he told him, he said, now, this is what you need to do. And they got him on the runway, above the runway, and he said, all right, get down, float, Now, when you get here, what you need to do, what you need to do, what you need to do, this is what you need to do. Take your feet off the rudder. Now take your hands off. He said, just let it go. Let it go. It's going to drop. Just let go. And he says, now let go. Put your hands in the air. Let go. And it dropped, and it just dropped on the runway and just stopped. I mean, it was the most amazing thing. It just stopped. Just rolled to a stop. Just rolled to a daggum stop. Most amazing thing. There's our butterfly, guys. Isn't that beautiful? So, but that was the most amazing thing. Rolled to a stop. And we'll walk over to the cup. Okay, here's the glitter I put on it. It's called iridescent glitter. Just put a little bit in it. Okay, now here is his mug. It looks like glass, guys. It does. It looks just like glass. I just gotta put his top on. I don't have any stainless steel. This is what my workstation looks like right now. And then I'm gonna take you over to look at mine. I'll put some of the iridescent stuff on it. So it's running around. I'm putting a little 10 mil over it just to seal it in. And then it will be done tomorrow at this time. So that is it. So this is it. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. I will see you later. Bye. You're rolling around. Bye-bye.